Before we get to the topic of RF receiving, let's take a look at a few more important keys on the keyboard on an RF gun. The power button is red and is located at the right-hand corner. In some instances, we will be asked to calibrate the gun. This is achieved by using a stylus located in the base of the handle to tap the target. Typically, we can calibrate with just 5 taps. When calibration is complete, we log into Eclipse. The login is our standard 6-character code. Similarly, our password is the same as we would use logging into Eclipse. To perform Eclipse functions, we need to understand the following keys. The escape key mirrors the same key on a desktop or laptop. The yellow crescent illuminates the screen. The control key serves the same function as the alt key. The blue key under the power button allows us to imitate the function keys associated with a standard computer keyboard. For example, if we depress the blue button followed by the number 1, we can bring up the Files menu. If we want to replicate F10, then we hit the blue button and 0. If we want to abort our process, we can hit the blue button followed by an asterisk located below the 3 on the numeric pad. There's a space button and backspace button. So now we are ready to do a little RF receiving. Receiving with RF is a little different than working with paper. In our previous clip, we printed a PO receiver, put the material away, and then completed the receipt. In the RF world, we will receive immediately. After we enter the received quantities as described in the earlier clip, we automatically access the status screen. Print Alt-P, the PO receiver, as described in the previous clip. Each product on the PO receiver is barcoded. As we will see, this is useful for creating product labels in the event there are no manufacturer's barcodes. Changing the order status from open to receive will take us through the steps described in the earlier clip. However, receiving the material does not update the on-hand quantities. Rather, it moves the items into an in-process status. We can see this when we access the warehouse in-process status queue. The queue shows the received purchase order, the total number of line items to be put away, the pick count, the number not yet put away, open, the percentage put away, and the date and time the receipt was made. If we want to see what items are to be put away, we can bring up the warehouse in process queue by depressing Alt-I. This queue shows the items, the quantities, and the shelf locations. To put away received material, we would use an RF gun. For this clip, we are going to both simulate the gun and actually show the gun in use. After logging onto the gun, our RF menu displays. To access the Receive Verify function, depress V. We will be asked to scan product. Look for the UPC barcode. The UPC code itself is 11 numbers plus a single numeric check digit. The first 6 numbers identify the manufacturer and the second 5 the product number. If there is no barcode, then use the PO receiver barcode. When the product description displays, we'll be prompted for entry of the quantity. However, if there was no barcode, we must create product barcode labels. To press the Control button followed by Q, arrow down to label printing and depress Enter. The product label screen will display. Enter the total count, the number of labels we need, and depress Control followed by P to print. Make sure the labels are stuck to the material or at least accompany the skid. Now we enter the quantity. We must make sure we count the received items before we enter the quantity. Note the shelf location is displayed. If no location is displayed, we are probably receiving a non-stock item or an item never previously ordered into stock. If the item was procured, which means a salesperson or district administrator ordered material to be shipped from the manufacturer directly to our branch, then we will see the word tag as a zone entry. Again, we must check with our warehouse manager to determine where we need to locate the material, but typically, procured material has a specific shelf location set aside. We are now ready to put the material away. In a small warehouse, we can actually put the material to the correct shelf by scanning the shelf barcode label into the tote field. This is called a direct put away. Our second method of receiving involves using a tote. Tote is usually a color-coded cone with a barcode label. The format is TOTE dash 4-digit number. If we are using the tote approach, we can scan the tote as prompted, place the material on a skid or pallet, and then continue to receive additional items to the same tote. When all material is assigned to the tote, we exit Escape back to our RF menu. Now we select Receive Put Away by depressing R. We will be prompted to scan tote or pallet. Scan the barcode on the colored cone. We will be prompted to scan a product barcode, then scan shelf location followed by the quantity. Complete the process until the tote put away is complete. Check with the warehouse manager to make sure you did complete all receipts. This is done by once again checking one or both of the in-process queues. So that's how we receive via RF. Make sure to follow up this session by reading the RF SOPs.